I'm Dennis Peacock here with another edition of Transforum News Briefs. Question today, is torture worth it? I think most of you are aware, if you're living in the Western Hemisphere, that the Obama administration has decided to, quote-unquote, look into, again, the torture issue since 9/11 with the Bush administration. I'm not going to get into the politics of all that. I simply want to ask the question, is torture worth it? What is torture? Well, let me give you an equation. Let me give you a principle. Responsible or probable cause, potential source or scope, and the human equation. What do we mean by that? Probable cause or potential scope. We mean, is this person reasonably a leader? You know, you're going to question a colonel a whole different way than you're going to question a private. Reasonable cause. Potential scope. How large of an issue potentially are we talking about? We're talking about wiping out people with a nuclear weapon? We're talking about chemical warfare? We're talking about a battle strategy? Are we talking about flying a plane into a building? Are we talking about a bomb? What are we talking about? Because torture, so to speak, or challenging someone for information has got to be based on whether or not you have a reasonable understanding that this person actually knows something, and then the scope of what potential human damage is involved in this. So what about degrees of torture? Deprivation is a first form and mildest in some cases of so-called torture issues, or information extraction, if you want to be politically correct. Humiliation. This was used in Iraq. A lot of people got uptight because guys were paraded around naked. Conscience violation, something that would violate their religion or their conscience. Number 3 is physical abuse, heat, cold, and then physical beatings. And then lastly, pain unto death. Basically what you're doing is you're creating tremendous fear of being captured. And then the other issue is scope of responsibility. Again, what level of responsibility are we talking about? Are we talking about potentially thousands being in danger, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands? So scale of prevention. The one thing that we know has got no place in any of this is vengeance. Vengeance cannot be a factor relative to information extraction. Hey, I want to ask you a question. I'm not giving you answers. I'm giving you issues involved in this complex issue. Your family's life is now at risk. Somebody has planted a bomb, or somebody's got them confined, and they are going to die if you don't get the information. What are you going to do? Is torture worth it? This is the Transforum. Let's engage.